Okay, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to make a perfect ambient seamless loop. You're going to need to do this for your mock-up, and so I figured I'd give you a quick tutorial on it. I know we talked about it in class, but better to have both, I guess. So I'm going to do this by taking this one file here, and we're going to make this an ambient loop, right? So we know that the mock-up in total needs to be 1 minute long, correct? So what we're going to do is take our file and we're going to look for kind of a quiet section, right? So I'm just going to pick maybe around there. So we're going to bring that over to the start. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that at the exactly 1 minute mark, we make a cut. So let's go ahead and zoom in. What we'll do, I have all of these set to a 1 minute mark, but basically there are multiple ways you can do this. If your project is in 120 BPM, when you open it up standard, if you hit grid at exactly 1 minute, should be beat 31. You can cut it that way. The other thing you can do is you can try to, if you already have one set to exactly 1 minute, you can do slip, cut, and then drag things over so that they line up. But I think the easiest way is to probably go into grid mode since we're in 120. This is exactly 1 minute. We're just going to cut. Okay? So we have a 1 minute long file now. Go ahead and expand that. So you can see it here. I have the soloed. It's just some wind, nothing fancy. So what we're going to do is we want to find a point where the waveform is at a zero crossing. So a zero crossing is when the waveform is exactly in the center at 0 on both the left and right channels. So we're going to zoom way in, start looking for one of those. You can see there's one. No, it's not there. So let's keep. Whoopsie. What just happened? Oh, there we go. Let's go find one. Let's go find one. Oh, we want to be in slip so that way you can kind of skip through these. There's one. I think this is. It's close enough, right? That's a zero crossing. So what we're gonna do now, zoom out a little bit. We're gonna hit Command E to cut, and we're gonna zoom back out to the full size. So you'll see you'll have two pieces here, right? It doesn't matter exactly how set up they are, but what we're gonna do is we want to move this first piece over here and have these two connect, right? So the reason we're doing that, right, is because these two pieces now, we have piece 1 and piece 2. Piece 1 is going to be at the very end, and piece 2 is going to be at the start, right? The start of piece 2. So why are we doing that? The reason being that when this perfectly loops, it's going to sound seamless. It's going to be perfect, right? So now we're going to go into shuffle mode, connect these two pieces here, and you'll see it's exactly 1 minute because we only have 1 minute of audio total. And the start of this, the end of this, the end of this piece here, and the start of the first piece here will line up perfectly so that you won't hear any sort of difference. So we can play through that. Well, whatever. It works. It's going to be too long if we listen to it. So now what we're going to do is hunt for a good fading point to blend these two pieces together, right? So let's listen. Let me turn it up. Let's listen again. So you can kind of hear there was like a little click there, right? So what we want to do is just, whoops. We don't need to have this zoomed in anymore. We're going to put a good fade in there. So let's listen now, see if it goes away. It went away, but there's kind of like a little jumpiness. Play it again. It goes like da-da, right? There's like a little noise in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide around the start of this a little bit. Oops. We're going to get rid of that thing, get rid of the fade, And we're going to slide around the start of these. Oh, sorry, I want to, probably messed all that up. I want to be in slip mode for this. Slide these around. One there still. Something like that. Let's slide until we find a point where the waveforms look kind of similar. So you can see here when I'm dragging here, these look pretty similar, right? So let's listen. Those are pretty similar. So then now let's grab a fade, make it a little bit longer. You can make this a long or a short fade, it doesn't matter. Good, okay, that feels pretty great. So now what we should be left with is a perfectly looping file. So let's go ahead and test it. We'll option drag to make a copy of it, and then use shuffle to make them touch. And now let's listen for our seamless loop. Perfect, no clips, no clicks, no pops, no nothing. So that one is good to go. And that's how you have a perfect loop. Just go ahead and hit save. And that'll be it for this tutorial. Thanks. Hopefully this helps. Have a good day.